All right, Clemson Nation, back with another video on the 2023 recruiting class. I made a video about QB Christopher Vizina, both of our running back signees, Jarvis Green and Jamarius Haynes, and then the 4 wide receivers that we got, Noble Johnson, Ronan Hannafin, Tyler Brown, and Myson Kelly. This video is going to be about the tight ends. I'm going to start with giving all the credit to Kyle Richardson. You know, Dabo's made some pretty questionable hires in recent years. A lot of Clemson fans have been concerned about Dabo promoting within the program. You know, Brandon Streeter is the obvious example of promoting from within not working. Dabo promotes him 1 year later, fires him. However, I love the promotion of Kyle Richardson, tight end coach and passing game coordinator overall. Clemson Nation, we've really been dying for more out of our tight ends in the offense. You know, we've had guys like Dwayne Allen and Jordan Leggett in the past, and they've been huge. They were huge integral parts of the offense. And then suddenly it just went away after Leggett. You know, the tight end production really fell. We knew that the talent was always there, but, you know, we just never excelled. You know, Leggett was the last guy, 2016 national championship. And after that, it just seemed every year the tight end significance in our offense just diminished. But Richardson's promoted tight end coach, passing game coordinator, and we saw a huge impact in the tight ends and the passing game overall, honestly. You know, Davis Allen's going to get drafted this year. I think Mel Kiper and Todd McShay have him as one of the top 10 tight ends, probably a day 3 pick. He did well at the Senior Bowl and the senior game. You know, I think his performance this past season, Jake Brennan-Stool, a guy that really emerged for us. You can clearly see the talent that he has. Big fan of Jake Brennan-Stool. I think he's going to be a great player next year. But also the passing game overall in general. The improvement it made from 21 to 22, the incorporation of the tight ends. I give Richardson a lot of that credit. You know, the tight end room got so much better. We incorporated them into the offense more this past season. And I think a lot of that has to go to him. You know, and this was his really first signing class as a tight end coach, and he really knocked it out of the park in my opinion. The 2 guys that we signed are literally the prototype what you're looking for in a tight end now. Big kids, really athletic, can run, fast, physical, great hands, mismatch nightmares for opposing defenses. When they develop in the weight room, I mean, these kids are going to be crazy. You know, Dabo gets a lot of heat from promoting from within, but, you know, I love what Kyle Richardson has done so far. He's been an exceptional hire, in my opinion. Garrett Riley, new offensive coordinator, he's not really known for incorporating tight ends into his offense. You can look back at TCU's stats last year. They didn't really get the tight ends involved. But I think that's going to change with him at Clemson. You know, the talent in the room is really incredible. And Kyle Richardson's still going to be the passing game coordinator, so he's going to have some sort of involvement in the offense. So I think our tight ends will get used under Garrett Riley. I mean, Brennan-Stool, to me, has a chance. If he really takes that next step, I mean, he can be an elite player. You know, he was the #1 overall tight end coming out of high school. So, you know, the step he made from year 1 to year 2 last year, incredible. I can't wait to see the next step that he's going to make. He has NFL talent just all over him. You know, he's, to me, I'm really excited about him this year. And you'll hear me a lot in all my videos really bragging about Jake Brennan-Stool. After him, you know, Sage Ennis is a guy, 4th year now. He's really been waiting for his opportunity. I know the coaches really rave about him. He can do a lot of things from a blocking standpoint and also a receiving standpoint. You got to like the fact that he's a 4th year guy now. And then after them, you know, Josh Sapp from right down the road in Greenville, redshirt freshman. All I've heard are great things about Josh Sapp. You know, the coaches rave about his athleticism. He played basketball in high school. They rave about his playmaking ability. So I'm pretty excited to see what he can do. But moving to the tight ends that we got this year, 4-star Olsen Patt Heny from Florida, 3-star tight end Markus Dixon from Pennsylvania. I'm going to be honest, I love both of these kids. You know, you'll see the thumbnail. That tells you what my opinion of these kids are. I really believe that both of them have potential to be really, really good players for us. And you'll see that on the film, which we're about to get into. I believe, at least with Olsen Patt Heny, he's going to have a chance to play early, depending on how he can acclimate himself to the new scheme. And so since that, we're going to start with Olsen Patt Heny. You know, he just won a state championship down in his high school in Florida. Clearly the best player on his team. And once he gets in the weight room and the nutritional program, watch out. This kid is going to be insane. And you can just see natural playmaking ability right here. Great strong hand scoping the ball. It just completely runs the kid over. I mean, just a physical player. And what you love is you see him lined up at wide receiver. And that indicates to you that, you know, he's got playmaking ability all over him, mismatch nightmare all over him. I mean, this is him just getting behind corners in high school. Granted, they are high school players, but high school corners can still run, you know. So I'm interested to see how defenses can really approach this kid. I mean, corners and safeties to me are just too small for him, and linebackers just aren't going to be able to keep up with his speed. I love the physicality on this play right here, just completely running the kid over. You love that. Hopefully we see a lot of that the next level. And you can see just natural ability to, I mean, just carrying kids right here. The physicality is just, it's insane for this kid. And then just the speed that he has. Yeah, this kid is just so impressive. Again, I mean, just mashing this kid into the ground. Hopefully he's a willing blocker like that at the next level. Again, just foot in the ground, slant, and then you can just see him. This is a tight end, and he's just moving away from people. Like, he's leaving them. This kid is going to develop into a freak player. I mean, how many tight ends do you see catching sweeps like this? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you can see the speed right here down the sideline. He's going to be a 6'3", 230-pound guy. And once he develops in that weight room, I mean, this kid is going to be elite for us. I really believe that. Catching a screen as a tight end, breaking tackles, more tackles, stiff arm. Just look at that physicality right there. Yeah, the kid is, I can't say enough good things about him. Go up, high point the ball, breaking a tackle, scoring, easy touchdown. Again, best player on a state championship team down in Florida. His high school, you know, used him in a lot of different ways in the slot, also on the outside. Another great sideline catch. Yeah, this one's one of my favorite highlight plays too. Double move. This is a corner that he's just beating, and you can see it goes up, high points the ball, physical. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. That's Olsen, Patt, Heny. You know, the film to me speaks for itself. You know, that athleticism is so rare to find. You know, if I had to choose like the top 5 recruits I'm most excited about, Olsen, Patt, Heny makes that list. I really believe that he's going to develop into a future NFL player for us. And when I look back at this class, I think when we look back at this class, we'll see that he was one of the best players that we signed. You know, he's a relatively low-rated 4-star. That's just crazy in my opinion. I mean, you just saw the tape. Is there any way that there are 10 tight ends better than him in the country? I think he really is one of the top tight ends. He was an All-American, played an All-American game. Yeah, he's going to be a freak. But on to Markus Dixon next, because I love this kid as well. Very similar to Olsen, Patt, Heny. A little bit taller, so he's probably going to be able to carry more weight on him. He's probably a guy that's going to have to redshirt and take advantage of the power hour. I think that's what they call it in the training program that they have for red shirts. But once he gets his body right, I mean, he's going to be a massive problem as well. And you can see that on his film. And you're going to see a lot of similarities with him and Olsen, Patt, Heny. Again, lined up outside as a wide receiver. That shows you his athleticism. Running by a corner in high school. And then the physicality to break tackles to score. Yeah, to me, he's not as natural of a route runner. He's not as natural of a pass catcher. He's not quite as fast as Olsen, Patt, Heny, but he's bigger. And I think that's going to benefit him in a long ways. I mean, getting right past the defense. Goes down, reaches down to make the catch, and then breaks 1, 2 tackles. And then the speed to pull away from the defenders right here. Right? I mean, 6'5", 230. He's probably a guy that can get up to 250 and still be an athletic player. Another play right here where he gets behind the defense. Great over the shoulder catch, touchdown. Both these kids score a lot of touchdowns in high school for tight ends. And then Dixon, you know, defensive highlights. To me, when he plays defense, to me, when someone plays defense, they play with a specific edge. And I can't wait to see how he brings that into the tight end room. I believe he'll be a willing blocker, and with his size, he has a chance to be special with it. You know, Davis Allen was a guy that, I mean, great one-handed catch. Wow, incredible. Davis Allen was a guy that really had to develop into a pass-catching tight end, but he was an elite blocker once he got on campus. I think Dixon's going to be the exact opposite. I mean, just insane hands. Yeah, the passing game that they're going to get incorporated with in Garrett Riley's offense. Physical tackle right there. Yeah, I'm so excited about both these kids, and you can clearly see it on film. Another one lined up at wide receiver, just running past the high school corner, stops, boxes the guy out. Basketball background right there. Very physical. Yeah, I mean, the film just speaks for itself. These two kids have a chance to be absolutely special for us. If they can develop in the blocking game, yeah, they're gonna be future NFL players. But that's Markus Dixon. I think both of them very similar, very athletic. I think they're gonna be great in the passing game. They definitely need to get better in the blocking game. That's obviously a huge adjustment that everyone's gonna have to make coming from high school to college. Having a great blocking tight end is honestly like having a sixth offensive lineman out there. You know, Davis Allen was that guy for us. Dwayne Allen was also a guy that was a great blocker. So I can't wait. I hope these guys really develop physically, become willing blockers, and just based off what Kyle Richardson did with the tight ends last year, I can't wait to see what he does with them. But those are our two tight ends. I try to ignore the recruiting rankings and just focus on their film. And based off the film, you know, both these kids to me are underrated. Olsen, Patt, Heny should definitely be a top 10 tight end. I highly doubt there's 10 tight ends better than him in the country. And Dixon, to me, looks like a guy that should be a 4-star recruit. The athleticism's there. The ball skills are there. The physicality is there. And truthfully, I think this is honestly the best tight end class that Dabo has signed since he's been head coach. And we have another great commitment for the 2024 class. Wait till you see the tape on that kid. He's got elite status written all over him. So I'm definitely loving the future of our tight end room, and I'm really excited to see how these two kids develop. Big props to Kyle Richardson. He's been a great hire so far. Yeah, big fan. But that's the video for today. Please give this video a like and comment. Let me know what you think about the tight end room, about these tight ends that we just signed. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I have to say. Typically, I respond to a lot of the comments. Also, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and all the best things in life are free, right? It literally costs you nothing to hit the subscribe button, but it really helps me out. I would love for this channel to grow so I can continue making more content. You know, I enjoy making it. The channel's growing. If it can keep growing so I can monetize it, that would be even better. But, you know, hopefully I see you in the next one. We're moving on to offensive line, the position I played in high school, so I'm going to love making that video. All right? Go Tigers.